Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell.
All right. Let me tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Guy Scar, and Nzo.
Fire, peace, 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out.
What is up, everybody? I am Chris Knight. This is Khaos Central's The Rule of Three, where tonight we have a whole host of Final Fives to go through and a whole bunch of other stuff. But first, let's get to the people who are here with me, the regulars. We're going to start over here with Danny. Danny, tell everybody about yourself and where and what you've been up to. I love this shirt. I love this shirt.
Thank you. I am Danny, aka Comment Chat. You can find me here Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My show Monday nights and Alonzo shows Tuesday nights, all at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are no kind of zilch roundtables going on presently that I'm involved with. And good thing. I did check out some of the first 4 episodes of the Tales of Jedi, and I agree with Alonzo. I don't hate it, but I ain't in love with it. But check that out if you haven't seen it. I'll probably be doing a video on it sometime later on this week.
Very good. Very good. And up next is Nzo, Biggaford Entertainment. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on.
What's up, guys? How you doing? After this will be the OOC, the last episode to the 100th episode, which will be next week. Not sure what I'm going to plan for that one, but I'm going to try and do something fun for that episode. It should be interesting, right?
You know what you got planned for it, what you always got planned for it.
No, we're doing that tonight, Danny.
Cop bashing.
Yeah, we got that tonight for sure. We got some of that tonight. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm just still taking my break, and it's been fun. Have a great show tonight. Hopefully have a great show tonight.
Awesome. Very good. And I am Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is my channel. Unmasked and Masked Singer, games, just all sorts of generic stuff. And also doing the Andor Roundtable here on Khaos Central. Check that out every Sunday. We're back on Sundays on that one. And for those of you who are watching it, a lot of people seem to like it. Not these two next to me, which is fine. That's all right. We don't tell people what to like, what not to like. But with that said, we're just going to jump right into this. You know how this works. You got three.
How much I like Andor that I completely forgot the episode came on last night.
That's all right. I listen, I like it, and I just, we'll see.
And I went on Disney Plus to get Tales of the Jedi, download them so I can watch them at work. And completely didn't even notice Andor. Didn't care. Not watching it. I'm done.
That's fine. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Do what? Was that, Danny?
So meet that times 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
I said, I ain't asking anybody to like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's how it is. Let's see here. David Quintana is into the house. And Delaney Fluff is there. Yeah. All right. So 3 topics and 3 minutes each. 3 minutes as a group. Tonight we might fudge with that a little bit, depending, because we got 11 Final Fives to answer tonight. 11. And there's going to be some changes on the leaderboard, I think. I really think so.
Interesting.
I don't know that. I don't, like I said, I don't ever look at the answers. I just say, okay, this one's getting an answer, so I got to leave that answer sheet up. I don't look at it except for one, and I know we all 3 were wrong about it. So I did because of recent news, but we'll.
Well, the Superman one got answered too, right?
There's a lot that got answered. We'll get to that later. So let's start with this right here, the 3 topics we've got. And Anzo, how about you? Let's have you pick first this week.
I'm gonna go with door number 2, middle door.
Door number 2 is in a new Screen Rant article. Hugh Jackman says he regretted retiring Wolverine the moment he saw Deadpool. While no one is sure how Wolverine, after dying in Logan, will return in Deadpool 3, both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have confirmed he is returning. With the confirmation of Wolverine's return, do you think we will get more Hugerine? I had that was horrible. Hugerine.
It was
Hugerine. That's
horrible.
how I said
Yeah.
Hugerine. Hey, come on. I had to come up with like catchy crap. So there you go. It's in the chat right there, guys. And we're gonna bring up the 3-minute clock. 3 minutes is on board. You can start it now.
All right. So first off, I want to say, I mean, he said he retired and regretted it. Yeah, they killed him off in Logan. But if he really wanted to come back, he could have said, "Hey, I'm not quite done yet." And these studios would have did something to retcon it, or say maybe he got saved, or something like his mutant power kicked in and he didn't actually die. So they could have did a whole bunch of stuff like that. I personally am not excited for Deadpool 3. I wasn't a huge Deadpool fan. I think the second one was a little bit more funnier than the first one, but to me, they're still just well. The first one I didn't like. I didn't like the first one at all. So the second one, I thought it was okay, passable. I think it's because Domino was in it. I liked her, and then I liked what they did with the X Force, that little killing them off stuff. That was funny, but yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna be one and done though. Like, he's up there in age. Maybe he would love to come back as Wolverine, but the MCU has the X-Men now, and I don't see them casting him as Wolverine for another 10, 20 years. That would be a huge mistake because he's getting older, and Wolverine is one of those characters that doesn't really age, right? So you'd have to CGI him if you keep him in there. So I think he's just going to be in the Deadpool one and done, because from Deadpool 1 to Deadpool 2, they've always teased Hugh Jackman in it. They've always had some kind of Wolverine reference in it. So you could tell he was putting in the seeds to get Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine, and it didn't doubt me that he would. I always thought, yeah, if they do a 3, he'll definitely come back. But like I said, I still think it's gonna be a one and done, because Marvel's gonna want to go younger. Now, since Deadpool is a part of the MCU, I think they might do some multiverse thing, right? They're gonna have to do something like that to explain it, because if they bring them in there, right, and they connect it with the whole universe, if that's what they're planning on doing, then Hugh Jackman would probably have to be Wolverine for a few movies, and I don't know. It's just weird. So I want to see how they pull it off, but at the end of the day, I could care less about Deadpool 3. That's it.
Okay, very good. 3 minutes there, Danny. Go.
Um, I think hindsight, like the saying is, hindsight is 2020. You realize, and I think that some of these actors and some of these athletes and some of these famous people, once they become to the end of the road that made them so popular, and then they don't have that rush of people cheering or people going, "Hey, hey!" That sometimes they can miss it. So I think he probably missed it. Maybe just using the fact they're pool to come back. I mean, I don't know. But I definitely think they can do it, because in correct me if I'm wrong, in Logan, they deep fake and had a younger version of him that fought itself. So they can do that, and it didn't look bad. So they could do a version of that. If they want to make her younger in different stories, they can make him in a different multiverse. Since the multiverse seems to be the reset and get out of jail free card and some things. So between that and Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, I think there are a lot of Deadpool and Wolverine mashups, crossovers, however you want to describe it. And I'm interested in seeing it. I've never seen Deadpool 2 to this day. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but it's nothing that really like just drawing me to I got to see it. If I happen to be at home and it comes on TV, I may watch it. But sit down and tell you the whole thing, I watched the clips like with the Juggernaut and some of the stuff. But to watch the whole thing from start to finish, I have not done it. So I think as long as he can do it, as long as he can look the part, hey man, go for it, because I think people are having a hard time seeing anybody else play that particular character. I know they were talking about possible actors to take up the mantle or do a younger version of him, which would have been cool. But if he's able to do it, he wants to do it. He wants to get to that regimen to look the part. I'm saying go for it. I'll probably definitely see it, since Wolverine is one of my favorite X-Men, and if him, I'm not really head over heels over Deadpool like some people are. I mean, it's fine. I can take him or leave him. But him and Wolverine together, I think that could be. We saw a little bit of that on the. I can't think of which one it was. I think Wolverine, when he was a little boy, and then him and Sabretooth found they were brothers.
That was Origins.
Origins. We saw a little interaction.
It wasn't
with
the Wolverine.
I think it was Origins. Mm-hmm. So we saw a little interaction with him and Deadpool before he actually became Deadpool. So we see there's a little, I guess, magic stuff there, a little chemistry or whatever you want to call it. But I'll definitely go see it if he stars in it. I'm a Hugh Jackman fan, Wolverine fan, so I'll definitely go see Deadpool 3 if he's going to be in it.
All right, very good. So, I mean, I'm fine with him coming back. I think right now, until you have a better option, maybe it works. And like kind of like Nzo said, first movie or two that they're in, he's like the old version, and maybe you find somebody that looks kind of like him that's younger, or you do a deep fake, or a de-aging process or something like Danny said, and you mix those two ideas. The multiverse kind of opens it up to a realm of possibilities, being that it's MCU and not actually Fox's Marvel universe. Wolverine's not dead, technically. I mean, so that, unless, I mean, and I know some of the stuff they've done has interacted and kind of crossed over Spider-Man. They've done stuff to kind of integrate those other movies. So maybe that's what they're going to do with this one. Maybe they'll go further with it. He can't do it, like Nzo said, for that many movies. And it's not that he may not want to. It's just I don't think he can do it to the extent that they might want to. So now if you bring him in, it's going to be a variant, probably. Going to be really interesting how it gets handled. A lot of what I'm reading, like with the Reed Richards stuff from Doctor Strange, is that guy just did it as a cameo. He's not coming back as Reed Richards, which really sucks, but it could be something like that. Just somebody comes in, plays a part, he's going to be in there, and then something's going to happen to that variant. I mean, and it could be just as quick as that. It could just be he comes in and says, I'm here, we're finally going to do this, and maybe Deadpool just shoots him and kills him with an adamantium bullet. Maybe. It's Deadpool. Anything that would make it really serious and really integrated into that, I'm not really sure if that's going to happen. But it could. And there was some references that Hugh Jackman made that said we're going to have a knockout, drag-out fight. That leads to what Danny said, where the younger version from Logan could be the version we get here. There's lots of different chances for this to be kind of just wacky because it is Deadpool. But I don't think they're going to commit to Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart for a very, very long amount of time because of just, you got to refresh it. It's nice to see these people in these movies. It's reminiscent. It helps tie the two groups together, but you can't last on that forever. So they're going to have to find somebody else. So, I mean, I don't think it would do it much longer. Maybe one movie, or this movie and part of another movie, but not much more than that. 3 minutes, we can talk about this. I mean, we're all basically thinking the same thing here. If it's anything other than Deadpool 3, it's maybe a part of another movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's like this is something where as he shoots Deadpool 3, he shoots some more scenes for something else and then he's out. This is like a very short stint. I mean, and again, we've gone through it. I'm not going to go through it right now, but people who could play him. Do you think they need to find somebody that looks like Hugh Jackman or that can be like Hugh Jackman, or do they need to find somebody that's more like the original character?
He could look like him. You could find someone that would make it more, I guess, believable and more keep up the continuity, I guess. But it's not essential.
Yeah, I think you just, well, to be honest with you, maybe you get a Wolverine that looks more comic booky, right? Because they might want to go that route. So, but I don't think it really matters as long as you get someone that can pull it off, right? Because whoever's going to play Wolverine has big shoes to fill, like huge, you know, and they're always going to be compared to him.
Yeah, we talked about this too, though. Do they have huge shoes to fill if they play it as the Wolverine isn't the main character of the X-Men? Because that's exactly what they did with the X-Men. Everything was Wolverine was the big man. He was the main character. That's not how it was. So
I think Wolverine is the most interesting X-Men out of all of them. I mean, some of them in the comic books, I think what showcased a lot of them was because the artists like a certain X-Men, so he would showcase that one more so than the other ones. But then you see a lot of people that like the more popular ones that I've heard of is Wolverine, and then a lot of people like Nightcrawler, a lot of people like Professor X, and then I'm not really a big fan of Cyclops. He's cool. Jean Grey, I mean, she might be more powerful, but more popular off the top of my head is Storm.
Yeah.
Wolverine, Professor X, Beast, I guess you can put that, and then Nightcrawler. The rest of them, then, to me, are kind of like secondary in that bunch.
Pretty much.
Here with the X-Men, the contracts of the actors from the Fox movies are a problem. Recasting may still be a problem. You mean recasting them or getting them in may be a problem?
Well, no. From what I heard is there's some contracts with the old cast members, so they can't do anything until those are up. I think that's why we haven't seen any X-Men stuff yet. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to see. I think the two that you're guaranteed to keep in any, like, even if they don't kill them off, if we just continue to use cameos, you'll see Magneto as a multiverse person. I think you'll see Wolverine as a multiverse person, and I mean both the old and young. And the old and young of Professor X, and probably Wolverine. Those are the three that you would get casted in any movies as multiverse. I don't think McKellen or Stewart or Jackman would come back for any real length of time.
Right. Neither do I.
Just cameos. So okay, very good. Second question. Let me find. Here we go. Second question.
Fassbender and a young Professor X, so they know what's good for them. That's what I would do. They can go another 10 years.
Yeah, they could.
I agree.
One or three, Danny?
3.
Number 3. With James Gunn now confirmed to be one of the new heads of DC, do you think this will put DCEU on a better path to compete with the MCU? Why or why not? 3 minutes, Danny, you're going to start. Go.
I'm kind of split and torn because James Gunn, to me, has some kind of that comedic tone to MCU that's kind of turned off some fans, kind of like Taika Waititi. So I think they need to back away from some of that comedy because sometimes in a few movies that went over well, I think as far as being sarcastic and funny, the best has been is like the things that Iron Man says, Tony Stark says, because Robert Downey knows how to deliver them, and that's the ones that to me all the jokes hit and stuff when they going back and forth, like when him and Banner went back and forth, him and Cap go back and forth. You see little smart things between him and Black Widow in the first Iron Man. So, but some of these later ones, especially like the Thor stuff, they just run the joke too long. I don't know whether or not he's going to be a remedy for that, or is he going to make the problem worse? From what I know of James Gunn, his two pet babies for his comic is the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Green Lantern. As y'all know, I'm not really a big fan. I don't like totally hate it, but it usually ends up in my bottom of the list on my whenever we rank and do the rankings. I'm interested in seeing a different Green Lantern because the Green Lantern, of course, done by Ryan Reynolds, just did not hit home like it should. I was told or I've read that he's a big Green Lantern fan. So I would be interested in seeing him do the John Stewart or one of the other ones. Hal Jordan I wouldn't even mind that. But I don't know what James Gunn is going to do. I would hope would improve it. But I'm really sold on like they need to let The Rock, the new guy, I can't think of his name. Um, Disney start with a Z, Zakania or whatever.
Zazoff.
Zaslav.
Zaslav. I think they need to let Zaslav do what he's doing. Let him pick his team. Um, let him interview actors or directors that has a passion for whatever character they want to do, and make sure whoever he has writing the stories that the stories are compelling. They don't have to be super layered like MCU and stuff, but they can be a little bit more layered than Black Adam and still give the fans what they want. So I think that they need to listen. First of all, I would have somebody sit on the computers reading all these doggone things and seeing what the fans are saying and say, look, we can't give the fans everything they want, but if we got to put a percentage on it, let's give them 85% what they want, 15% whatever we're going to do, whatever the case may be. And I think that'll be a favorable um, direction to go. If James Gunn can get along with that, get aboard that, then I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anza, 3 minutes. Go.
So, I kind of agree with Danny. I liked Peacemaker. I liked the Suicide Squad. I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I liked the first one. I thought the first one was really good. I didn't like the second one. So he does, I think, goes a little bit overboard with his humor. Even though I liked Peacemaker, there was way too much comedy in that. I just liked it because the comedy hit, right? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the comedy didn't hit. Now, I always like to say, if someone's going to be taking over, he's supposed to be like the Kevin Feige for the DCEU. I hope he knows the DC universe. And if he doesn't, then I really hope he does some research, right? Because I'm not I guess I'm on the opposite side of the fence of Danny is to listening to the fans. I think you could listen to some of what the fans say, but you got to take that with a grain of salt because even when they do listen to them, they still find something to bitch about. Oh, they didn't use the Snyder music in this one or this or that. You know, there's always some crap that they're complaining about. So all I want them to do is do the research on the DCEU if you don't really follow it. I'm hoping he does, right? Where he doesn't have to do too much research, but people want the Superman that stands for hope. Give us that Superman, Give them the Batman that doesn't kill. Do stuff like that, You can keep Ben Affleck. You can keep Henry Cavill. Well, they already signed Henry Cavill, so obviously they're going to do something with him. I'm pretty sure Gal Gadot will still be around. I'm sure Jason Momoa will still be around. And I think those characters are perfect to build around. I also read when Danny was talking about the Green Lantern, the Green Lantern show that's coming on. I think I don't think it's animated. I think it's a live action. Is now going to be centered around John Stewart and not around the Green Lantern Corps. So I think that's a good choice to do as well. So the building blocks are there, right? DC can really build up and have something great as long as they don't fuck it up. I don't want to see every single movie be comedic like freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. And I don't think he'll do that. I think the ones that are supposed to be comedic he'll do, and then the ones that are supposed to be pretty serious he'll do. I think because he's been around the MCU so long, he probably knows a little bit of the ins and outs and, you know, how to do certain things. So if he does that, I think he'll be fine. But I don't know. I'm still waiting to see, you know, still waiting to see. I don't know. I think they could have probably found someone better, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, no screaming goats at all. I just watched that again today, and that movie's fucking horrible, man. Oh my god, it's Danny said, "No, I'm not gonna call anything trash." I'm sorry, Danny, but that was trash. It was.
Only thing I can say about Thor: Love and Thunder that it looked good. It
Mhm.
looked really good, but
Mhm.
other than that, it's tough to watch.
Yep.
Okay. The James Gunn thing. I think Anzo pointed it out right there. Too much comedy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I liked both Suicide Squad, but I liked his Suicide Squad. I did like Peacemaker. But my question with Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, was that more him and his ability to do the characters right, or was that somebody maybe keeping a leash on him and just his ability to direct? And I say the same thing for Peacemaker. I'm not really sure. And of course, Shifty would say he loved Love and Thunder. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know, but still, it's Shifty. So if I love it too,
Of course.
I'm in bad place. Anyways, I don't think this is the right move. I don't think James Gunn is a Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is more behind the scenes. I mean, we hear from him occasionally, but James Gunn is a little closer to it. He's a director. I feel like because he's a director, he's going to want to get his hands over all of these. And isn't that what we've said the problem's been with DC is that the uppers don't allow the people they hire to do their job. They get their hands in it. They mess with it. They do a lot of stuff to it. And then that's what kind of kills the projects. If he is simply somebody who's going to come in, find the right people, and help create a good storyline like the MCU has, I'll say has right now. We'll have to see where it goes. Fine. I just don't know if somebody who has been a director and still is directing, because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is still coming out. The damn holiday special, wherever the fuck that's going to be, is coming out. I just don't know if that type of a person can take the back seat that a architect takes. The architect draws the building, comes up with all the stuff for the building, and then hands it off to an engineer and to a construction team and all that. And they might go on the set every once in a while and say, "Okay, yeah, I like what I see. This is what I envisioned. This is what I wanted." And occasionally give direction, do this, do that, but they're never really on the construction site for a long period of time. They're just there to make sure things are going correctly. If he can take that step back from his normal director's role, okay, maybe he can do stuff. But I'm skeptical of that. I'm hoping that Zaslav and the other guy that they hired to help with stuff with Gunn are able to keep him in line and come up with stuff too. I hope they're the ones that have a little more of an idea of what they're looking for, and Gunn is just kind of an idea man to throw things out there. That's why I called it DC's run and gun offensive. I think this is a really, I think this is a very, very good strategic move for headlines for DC, because it does kind of put the MCU on notice that, hey, we've got somebody in charge of this now. They are literally, that's what they're saying here. I don't think they've ever had that before. This is somebody saying, we're giving DC films to these people. Warner Brothers didn't have that when AT&T was with them, and Hamada was basically it, and he wasn't, whatever. I mean, so do you think at least that on the outset, the announcement means more than what might happen because MCU might think, oh, we got to get some shit in gear.
Well, I don't know if they'll think we got to get some shit in gear, but it does show them that DCU is actually trying to, do something, trying to be a major player in the game. And they're going to have someone to head up that universe. So hopefully they do a bang up job and give us some good movies.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, the one thing. Oh, go ahead, Danny.
I say you'd be a fool to be in the same genre or the same lane as somebody else that's successful and not look and see what the hell they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I do it all the time. Bigger departments. I call their majors. Hey, man, what y'all doing over there? And what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And if the idea is good, I bring it back to my department and try to implement it. So the main thing I think for them to be successful, they got to check their egos at the door, and then be very democrat. Have a very democracy on it. Look, you got idea A, idea B, idea C. Let's see which one is the best. And that's
because even to your point, right? Like it's James Gunn, but I've been hearing like Rock is a consultant now on some of these things, and I'm just like, okay, that's fine. But how much do these guys really know about the character or the comic book or some of the storylines in the comic book, right? At least Kevin Feige, he knew the MCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he was able to do the stuff he did. Yeah, he may have changed a lot of it around, but he knew it. He knew the MCU. And if they don't know the DCU, it's just going to be a waste of time.
Yeah. I think he'd be like, I don't know whether he's lying or not. The Rock said he read the comic books and that kind of stuff. That's how you get your research and stuff. You can't sit there and hit Google and Wikipedia and be like, oh, that's just a little brush up. But if you want to really learn about these characters, you got to take your ass to the comic book store or buy the app on the phone I got and read that shit and absorb it and then be able to transfer it to live action or at least if you change it enough, you're not going to break the rules so bad that fans be like, what the fuck y'all doing?
Facts.
Indeed. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I think it's a good move as just first to go. And obviously, they're not giving it all to him, like you said. Rock and I can't remember the other guy that was announced with James Gunn. Zaslav obviously has some ideas, so maybe it's a conglomerate. Maybe they're putting together like a committee to say, let's come up with some really good plans instead of just one guy saying, no, stop, do it differently or whatever. So, I mean, I don't hate the idea. I just don't think he alone has enough to do it by himself. So, again, hence the group. Last one. Christmas has slowly taken over the holidays in the past 10 years or so. We used to have distinct periods of Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Why do you think that Thanksgiving and Halloween have been pushed to the wayside by Christmas?
That's an easy question there.
Is it? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna cut this up. Copy and put it in there. Okay. Oops. That was the last one. Oh, God. I missed the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. I got to get the right one here. Copy that one. Put it in there. Play it. Okay. Easy. So, Danny, you get to start first then. 3 minutes or however much time you need. Go.
Last time I checked for Halloween and Thanksgiving, you don't get no presents. People are expected to get something, to give or get something, but deep down our heart, we want to get something. We want to all get something nice. You got to rule in our family now that you're not buying everybody, but we pull names and we set a price. And the price is you can't spend less than $75-$80 in a present. So I just think that some people, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of people like that idea of getting something, and some do like giving and stuff. But in Halloween and Thanksgiving, you don't have that pressure. I know now. My favorite out of the three is Thanksgiving because I act like the human pig and I eat almost anything does not nail down to the plate of the table. So that's what I look forward to because I like collard greens, turkey, ham, dressing, all that good stuff that I don't need to have, but I do anyhow. So and also I just think that Christmas is so much more easier, so much more of a pleasant um holiday because you had the Macy's Day Christmas parade. Then you
That's
got
the Thanksgiving Day parade.
I thought they had a Christmas parade too.
No. Oh, that's kind of what the question comes out for. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
okay. Well, I stand corrected. I know in our town we don't have no Thanksgiving parade. Nowhere near our town. I've never been to a Thanksgiving parade. But Christmas, man, you see bands from all around, trucks from all around. We gotta have our patrol cars washed and shined and polished and all that good crap. And it's just to me is more celebrated. Now, only thing I will give Thanksgiving the next night because on Black Friday, oh my God, my wife and daughters go food, and I work in places where people are actually fighting to get a fucking TV. I mean, like, really? You can get TV cheap all year long, but because it may be a whole $30 or $40, whatever the case may be, cheaper. I mean, they're standing in line. I've seen them in the cold with blankets and sleeping bags and all that kind of stuff. I'm not that dedicated, but I know I can tell you right now, having two grandboys living in the house, all they talk about Halloween a little bit, but like we get for Christmas. Here's my Christmas. Shoot, one of my grandsons even got this thing on the phone like an Amazon, his wish list. So he puts every day he adding to the wish list. I mean, for other holidays, you don't do that, right? We had a little bit of, um, I guess, a little drama about what costume we want to wear. And I will say my grandson got a Black Panther. Oh, yeah. I was impressed. But to me, hands down, Christmas is just head and shoulders above the other two holidays, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Anzo,
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes.
Let's
Go.
go. Well, it's the obvious answer. It's money, right? It's the obvious answer. Christmas generates more money than Halloween and Thanksgiving probably combined. So it's money. I know when I was growing up, Halloween was the shit. Like you would go out there and there would be a bunch of kids trick or treating. Everybody would have their costumes. I don't even buy candy anymore because ain't no kids come here. You know what I mean? And it has a lot to do with the generation as well, right? No one's going outside to get candy anymore. They want to stay home, play their video games, talk to their friends, be on their phones, right? It's different. Christmas, at least they know they're waking up in the morning and they'll get that new electronic device that they wanted. They'll get that new transformer or they'll get something that they wanted, right? So Halloween doesn't have the same effect. The night before Halloween, we used to call it Mad Night. And I was too young, but I used to be so angry. I'd be like, man, I want to go for Mad Night. I want to go for Mad Night. And well, for those of you who may be a little young and don't know what Mad Night is, that's the night you would go crazy. You'd grab a box of eggs, you'd grab some toilet paper, you toilet paper people's house, you egg people's car. You know what I mean? Just a lot of
Must be a
crazy.
Canadian thing. I ain't never heard of Mad Night here.
Really? You guys never had no Mad Night there?
We did all that shit on Halloween night.
Well, Halloween night was the jacking the kids for candies. That's what we used to do on Halloween night. You know what I mean? You used to jack their candies. But Mad Night was just the night to go out there and raise hell. And by the time I got old enough to be able to go, there was no Mad Night anymore. Like nobody was doing it, and you could gradually see that Halloween was going on. I think like my generation, and maybe Raheem's generation, because kids used to go out too when he was younger. But now, like kids now, like I'll be surprised if look outside and I see like at least 10 kids walking down my block. I'd be surprised. But when I was growing up, all the kids in the neighborhood were out there. All the kids from other neighborhoods. We would go to other neighborhoods. Those neighborhoods come to us. We'd be like, oh, we go to the Jewish neighborhoods because they know you're getting money and the good candies and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. So, but I just think it's all about money. Christmas is the more celebrated one, like Danny said, and it's the one that's financially you're gonna make the most money. So that's why.
Okay. I don't disagree with the money and the presents and all that. It is definitely a consumer based thing. This has nothing to do with religion per se. But yeah, I think there's a couple other reasons going into that with religion, though. Religion uses Christmas in a way that they're like, maybe we can get people in church and stuff. Consumers, or your outlets and your department stores and stuff like that, they use it for money. But it kind of works both ways for them, because if Christians want the witchcraft of Halloween off the table and the heresy that now goes with Thanksgiving, because we all know now that it wasn't the peace, love, and happiness at a table with Indians and pilgrims. I think a lot of that is why, is that it's changed based off of what we know about history, based on what we're taught now in schools and our textbooks and everything else. There's a lot of changes. Halloween has been a thing that has been dying out ever since I was a kid. And when I say kid, I mean like, 15, 16, 17. About that time is when it really started dying, because, people get kidnapped, people, all that stuff, only go to houses that have the lights on, only do this, only stay in groups. Like, it all started back then. And then they started doing the trunk or treats where you just go one night out of in October. It didn't even have to be the 31st. You go and there's a bunch of cars with, candy and stuff in them at a parking lot somewhere, like a church or, a store or something. And they sit out there for 3 hours, and kids come and they get all the candy they need, and they're done. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be Halloween. So a lot of things fundamentally changed there because of people's fear of what happens on Halloween or anything like that. So I think a lot of it is just the times have changed it. The consumerism of the presents and the consumerism of Christmas have always been there. That is what Christmas has been since day one, back when they first introduced things like Santa Claus and all that. And I think that because of that, it's more just the way people have been trained to think that we can do Halloween anytime we want, but we can do it in large groups in one spot, and we don't have to go walk around now with our kids. We just take them there, get the candy, be done. And Thanksgiving, because of what we've learned about how it all really happened, or what we now say happened, people are like, yeah, Thanksgiving, we'll get together, but we don't want to talk about it. It just happens, And Christmas has just won out because people want presents. Christianity wants people in churches. So I think a lot of it's based on that. Do we want to talk about this for 3 more minutes, guys?
It's up to you.
No.
Anything else to say?
No, not really.
All right. Very good then. So, well, hell, let's just get right to it, guys. It is time for the final 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Chaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction.
Yes, 5 questions. Fact or fiction is how you have to answer them. And we've got 11 of them. 11 of them that we're going to answer tonight. I think this is the most we've ever had. So that says something, I think. I think before this has like been 9. And I thought that was a lot back then. Now I went through it. I was like, holy crap, we got 11 of these. A lot of the She-Hulk ones were answered. So there you go. Thank God that thing's over. Jeez. All right. So here's the thing. We're going to show the tally right now. Danny's ahead at 37. Nzo's at 32. I am at 34. We will minimize that. And let me move this stuff over someplace really quick. Oh, sheesh. Didn't realize I got 3 screens to put everything over on, and I just got to do that. I thought this one was blank. That's what happens when you have kids, people. That's a PSA for condoms and stuff, just so you know. The first one we got is from way back in week 6, final 5 Factor Fiction question number 5. DC Fandom Week is here with several first looks at 3 major trailer releases. It's time to speculate which movies will do what. Black Adam will have an end credit scene with either Shazam and or Henry Cavill's Superman. I have still not seen it, but I mean, Nzo texted us like 2 nights before it went. It was like actually out in theaters. And he's in it. Spoiler warning if you haven't heard about it already. So let's see what everybody had to say about this. Oh, wrong one. Let's go here. So this was question number 5. And question number 5, Danny said fact. Nzo said fact. And I said fact. We all said 3 fact. So there you go. So no movement per se on that. We'll close that one and we'll bring up the tally. Let's see here. So everybody gets 1. All right. Next one up is from week 13. Question number 4. Lakers are currently in the 8th spot in the NBA playoff picture, assuming that LA does not make it into the playoffs. That means past the play-in game. LeBron James will retire after the 2022 NBA season. I think he didn't retire, did he? I didn't think so. So we have that one answered. And on week 13, question number 4, it's fiction. Fiction and fiction. No movement there. Wow. I think these are going to be like a lot of the ones that we all were like. They're going to be all the ones that we were like, we don't want to lose to Danny. We got to catch up. So
Beautiful.
And the next one will be from week 13, Final 5 Factor Fiction, question number 5. At the end of the Loki, Jonathan Majors was introduced as King the Conqueror. Many outlets are reporting that this means he is the big bad for the upcoming Marvel phases. Jonathan Majors' portrayal of King the Conqueror will be the big bad for the upcoming Marvel phases.
We don't know that to be true.
Listen, they have.
I think we do.
Listen, there are multiple people now stating that he has been named the big bad for the next 2 phases.
Yes, the Kang Wars. I think that's part of it too.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now, if it changes, we can change. But let's see what we all said first. Let's go to week number 13 again.
Danny said false.
Yep.
Chris said false. Also said facts.
No, I said fact, and you said fact, but Danny said fiction.
I wonder why y'all 2 fighting so hard for it. I want to
even better. I didn't know, Danny. I didn't know you said it. I was just joking, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good with it.
Of course you're good with it because that gives us some leeway. That builds up some more trying to catch up here. You're at 35. I'm at 37. Danny stays at 39. Closing in. Next one. Factor Fiction from week 15. Question number 5. There are a lot of people calling for James Gunn to be given control over all future DC films. James Gunn has consistently said that he does not want to be the one in charge. Factor Fiction. Within the next year, James Gunn will be named the new head of all future DC film projects. While he has a co-person with him, I think we can count this as a yes. Do you guys agree?
I don't think he's the head. I thought Zamata, whatever his name is, the head.
Well, no.
Zaslow.
It says that he has been given control of DC film projects.
You say Nzo?
Yeah, I say it's a yes. I think he's the head. He's supposed to be like the Kevin Feige.
Okay.
Yeah. Your microphone, Nzo's changed. Number 5, Danny said fiction. Nzo said fiction, and I said fiction. That's why I said we were all wrong on that. And I didn't think he'd go away from the DC or the Marvel MCU. I didn't think that he would. it made no sense for him to. But he did. So, all right. So nobody moves on that one. Next one we've got Fact or Fiction, week number, what is it? 24. She-Hulk Attorney at Law premiering August 17th, blah, 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 blah. Dr. Doom will make an appearance in She-Hulk. No, he did not. Would have made it better, but he wasn't. So, damn. That's question number 2. Danny said fact. Nzo said fiction. I said fiction. So, we both got it right, and Danny got it wrong. We move forward. That's a plus for us. So, 38, 36, and Danny stays at 39. We'll close that one
closer.
Next one is also about She-Hulk. Blah, 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 blah. And the Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross will appear in She-Hulk. And our answers: fact, fact, and fact. We were all wrong. No movement. And we'll close that one. The next one, I think, is another She-Hulk. Yes, blah, 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 blah. But see, Ross will make an appearance in She-Hulk. And I think we all said fact on this one, too. Fact, fact, and fact. Yes, we all said fact. And you guys are actually, I think, going to move forward on the next one because I don't think I got it right. I don't remember which one it was. But I have a good feeling because She-Hulk was a giant piece of caca, as Nzo would say. The last one here is She-Hulk Attorney Law. Scott Lang, Ant-Man will make an appearance in She-Hulk. I said fact, and they said fiction. They move forward. I stayed place. So, damn.
11 questions, and I'm still in fucking last place. This is bullshit.
We're not done yet. I'll save that. We're done with that week. Close that one up. I mean, there's still a few more left. Next one, question number 2. During the San Diego Comic-Con, it was believed that DC were going to introduce Henry Cavill's return as Superman. This did not happen. Henry Cavill will be introduced as Superman by or at DC Fandom. And that did happen. He made an official announcement on Instagram, so I count that as an announcement. And that was question number 2. No, he made it on, I said at, by, or at DC Fandom. One of the two. So between this question and the time DC Fandom came, the announcement would be that Henry Cavill is back as Superman. And it has been announced by him, by The Rock.
Okay.
So that's question number 2. You said fact. Nzo said fact. And I said fact. We all said fact. So we all go up 1. It's close, though. It's really freaking close now. All right, let's close that one up. And we've got 2 more. Fact or fiction from week 28. People are getting ready for Black Adam. There have been loads of rumors. Here are some of the fact or fictions to add to them. Black Adam will eclipse the 187 million mark for the largest opening weekend in 2022. That was a domestic mark hit by Doctor Strange. And that did not happen. And what did it make? 140 worldwide?
It made 68.
Yeah, but what was the worldwide box office?
140.
100. Yeah, 140.
So either way, it didn't make it. Let me see here. Was this 25? Yeah, that's 25. Make sure we save that for sure.
Ooh.
Close that one. What was that?
Because that's what you said. I said fiction, and y'all said fact.
On what? No, that wasn't
me.
it. This is 28. If you look up here, it says week 28, this one right here. So question number 1, you said fact. That's wrong. Fiction from Nzo and fact from me. Nzo, you bastard. You bastard.
Yeah, I knew it.
Well, Anza ties me and gets. Damn it.
All right, and I'm 2 behind Danny. Let's go.
There's only one more though. Only one more this week. People are getting
That's
ready
fine.
for Black Adam. Blah, blah, blah. If Superman makes an appearance, they will use part of the John Williams original score in the scene. They did do that. That bum 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 bum. That is
Yes,
John Williams.
they did, and I know I said fact.
And for week 29, or nope, week 28. Boom, right there. That's question number 4. You said fact, Danny. I said fact, and Anza said fact. We all said fact on that.
Fuck, I thought Danny said fiction on that one. I know you said fact too, but I thought Danny gave a fiction on that. God damn it. I think that was one of the questions where Danny was like, you know what? I'm going to follow these guys on this one.
All right. Let's see here. So that means 42, 40, and 40. Oh my God. It's getting tight. It's getting tight. I like that though. It's nice. All right. So we'll close this one up. Actually, let's hit save one more time just to make sure. All right. And we're going to come to this week's now. The leaked video didn't have it. No, but it did use it. I know because I have seen the end credit scene from there, and you hear it. It's there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it if it isn't true because I don't want to win by falseness. So there we go. All right, fact or fiction question number 1 this week. It's official. James Gunn is the new head of DCEU. Love him or hate him, there are many. Oh God. I thought I had all these damn typos done. Jesus. There are many speculating this is a good move. Fact or fiction. The first 3 movies under Gunn will be profitable. Now, I wouldn't say anything that's currently in production is going to get counted on that. So the Flash movie, Aquaman, and that stuff. I'm talking like a Black and Shazam. So like a Black Adam 2, Man of Steel 2, those things, the next run up. That's what we're talking about. So, Danny, fact or fiction?
Fact.
Okay. Anzo.
I'm going to go with fact as well.
And I said profitable. So are we counting that as 3 times cost?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say fiction. I think one of those is going to be a dud or close to it, or like just enough under it.
Well, if he does what he's supposed to do and gives us a Man of Steel 2, a Batman, and a Wonder Woman movie, I don't know.
You're right. And I could be fucked in that. I could be, but we're going to let it go. Next one. Among many names being mentioned, rumors are swirling that Adam Driver may be in the running for the Victor Von Doom part in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. Fact or fiction? Adam Driver will play Dr. Doom in the new Fantastic Four movie.
Oh my God.
Anzo.
I'm going to actually say fact on that one, but I want to say fiction, but I'll go with fact.
I am going to say, yeah?
Yeah, no, leave it.
All right. I'm going to say fiction because I don't want it to happen, but okay. Kenny?
I'm going fiction as well.
Okay. Next one. Question number 3. The rumor smoke is getting thicker about an MCU World War Hulk movie that may already be in the works for Phase 6. Fact or fiction? A standalone Hulk movie will happen in Phase 6 of the MCU. I did not say World War Hulk. It's just a standalone Hulk movie. That's all I'm worried about. Rumor is it's World War Hulk, but we don't know for sure. So I'll go first. I will say, we've got like 4 unnamed projects in that. 2023 is when they say that the rights are up. I'll say fact. Annie?
Fact.
Okay. Anzo?
Fact.
Next one, question number 4. We know from Black Adam that Henry Cavill is back as Superman. What we don't know is for how long. Fact or fiction? Henry Cavill will appear as Superman in some way in 6 DCEU films, and that's going forward.
Jesus Christ.
You know?
Where you getting these numbers from,
Danny? Well, I'll tell you where I get it from. One, he's back. We don't know what he's going to sign, but we know he's already said that they're working on the agreement. An average
Does this Black
movie
Adam
contract,
count as one?
Yes. Well, no, this one, no. But if he comes in an end scene in Shazam, I will count that.
Well, why wouldn't it count? Because he wasn't officially in it?
No, because this is going forward.
I guess fact.
Fact. Okay.
I'm going with fact as well.
And I am too, because your average movie contract is about 5 or 6 movies. And that's like just open for debate.
This should count because we didn't know prior to about 3 weeks ago.
Well, this is tonight, though. I'm asking it. So he's already been in that. So it doesn't count. After the fact. Listen, I'll make you this deal. If he only does 5, I will let this go at that he's done 6. So we'll say 5 or 6 on that, okay?
Man,
last one.
This ain't gonna get answered for like 5 or 10 years.
No. Here's the thing. Not necessarily, because again, in credit scenes, Shazam 2, they may have already shot an in credit scene with him.
True. And then his own
Man of Steel
movie.
2. We don't know.
Yeah.
There's rumors that he was going to be in the Flash
4 years.
movie. Yeah,
Facts.
I mean, but it could be. But that's just one question that's 3 or 4 years down the line.
Unless they squeeze his ass into this damn Aquaman.
They could do that too. They could. It's a 5-second thing. All right, last one. Rumors have been out there on a sequel to Face Off and National Treasure. Now there has been some talk that Nicolas Cage is in talks to star in both. Fact or fiction? We will get a sequel to one or both Face Off or National Treasure. On
Fact.
We already got one of National Treasure.
No, there's no. What I mean is a new one.
A new one.
They're working on a third one, supposedly.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Another one, not the one that's already done. I'm going to say one or both fact.
I guess fact. These questions.
All right. So I have 2 fictions. Danny has a fiction, and Nzo is all facts. Wow.
Yes, Daddy Lion Fluff.
What? Haven't there already been? Yeah. Oh, come on. There's been 2, and it says a sequel. It's just the 3rd sequel. Another sequel, like I said.
Yes.
But because Face Off is in there, it hasn't been a Face Off sequel. So a sequel to Face Off and National Treasure, meaning another sequel.
Yeah, one of the 2 is happening for sure.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. That's all we're wondering. There you go, guys. There's your facts and fictions. 11 of them. Danny, a few extra points, but Nzo and I, thank God, are back in the running heavily. I don't think I made any movement. I think I'm still 2 behind him. You, Nzo, made some huge strides. So you got to get going to your show. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on tonight.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. Next up will be the OOC. Got a few good topics on there. Hope you guys join us. With that being said, peace out. Thanks for having me, Chris. A great show.
Thank you very much. Take it easy. Have a good night. Danny, tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Danny AK Comment Chat. You can find me here on Khaos Central on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Usually about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on each show. And occasionally when we have roundtables, you can find me as well. I'm not sure when Square One is ever going to come back, but I'm sure it'll come back later in the season as things get colder. We can do this Saturday. All right. But yeah, definitely had a good time tonight. And thank you all for supporting us. We definitely appreciate it. And good show, Chris.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Danny. I am Chris Knight. Of course, Review 3000 is my channel. We do roundtables over here on Khaos Central. Name that tune over on Honstar's channel. Check them all out. Check out Danny. Check out Nzo. Nzo's going live right now with the OOC. Check that out. Always interesting topics, as Danny would say. Caca, probably, because they're talking about cops again.
Yeah.
I know.
That's all they do.
I don't know. Anyways, that's about all we have, guys. Thank you for watching. Good night.